Welcome back to my channel. Why don't you do what you want to do? What is that division inside? I talked about it before, but now I want to give you tools to get to get at the end of that procrastination story, blockage of self-sabotaging, everything that seems to be between you and what you want to do. Let's just get our mind out of it. We're going to broaden the perspective on it and just resolve it. Let it resolve itself as it is. So we've seen already that saying no to some task is more like an expression of your own will than a defect. It's how you say something that is more true to you when you don't want to go one way and you want to do something else, whatever the distraction is, whatever you're doing it for the good reason of saying no to that task or action, right? So I put it on 3 categories, and bear with me because it will change completely your understanding of it in a way that is going to be useful once and for all. It's not like, oh, I'm the kind of lazy, so I have to go the morning and do something at 8, and then at 10 I'm going to eat something, and then I go back to sleep. And no, has nothing to do with whatever your type of person is, as where do you want to wake up and do whatever you want to do. It's about the emotional affect that you have into the tasks. And I differentiate 3 of them. 2 and 1 third one. Let's go into it. You're gonna see, if you bear with me with my accent, how I express myself, the substance, the content of what I say is really groundbreaking for you. So let's go for it. So block, stuckness, procrastination, whatever. Don't get stuck on words. Whatever you feel that is a reason for you not doing what you think you have to do or want to do. We're going to see this difference. So 3 stages or categories, right, of task action. The first one, the more common one, we all have it for different reasons, and it can be very personal, can be your community, your family, whatever, the conditioning programming of where you were born, or you only type, doesn't matter, but there is something that you really find it difficult to achieve, make you do it, because they have a connotation of survival in them. Then no gratification in it. It's only negative gratification. If you don't do it, it's going to be a problem. So you have to do it. It can be cleaning the house, doing the dishes, doing the account, whatever. That's more classical things. It's about math or doing chores in the house. Anything that you feel, and these are the examples I found, you feel complicated, repetitive, demeaning, think it's boring, unfair, and just overwhelming. There's no creativity in it, but it feels necessary. And maybe it's necessary for you, it's not for someone else, but you feel like that task you have to do, and you find yourself blocked. Oh, I have to do this, and I do it at the last moment, or I don't do it and it's going to be worse. See, it's a survival about it. You have to do it. So we are not questioning now the veracity or the foundation of is it true or not true that it's necessary, but just see it for yourself. In that board thing, there's no judgment. It's for you to get to see inside as an inventory of what you feel about stuff. Don't judge it. Don't try to change it. See it to understand it. It's just like an understanding of what we're doing. So when we are in that first stage with all that boredom and complication and da-da-da, there's no creativity, and I don't want to do it. What does it reveal, show, or hide? It shows two kind of inadequacy, right? First, lack belief in general, that if you don't do it, you have to do something in life because you're not supported by life, and it's very dual, and anything could happen because there's a scarcity of whatever, according to the task you have to do. You feel inferior, you're not good enough for it, you're powerless because you have to do it, you have no choice in doing it, it's imposed upon you. You see all that heaviness of ideas that you have no choice, that just ideas concerning you, because for other people it won't be a problem, it's a problem for you, right? On that precise task. And the other same sort of lack belief, it's the lack belief, oh, maybe I won't be able to do it. Like, I won't be able to pay the bill, so I don't want to open the envelope with the bill in it. You see? You don't want to face that thought inadequacy. But it's going around the same lack belief and inadequacy of you, right? And what you need for that, you need reassurance, and you want to prove it wrong. You don't want to be, no one wants to be, to find themselves inadequate, or again, it goes on to the root of separateness. I could be wrong, I could be not good, and I want to be good, and I don't want to face the fact that maybe I'm not good. So I want to prove myself that I can be good. So you see all that struggle. It's here, it's survival, self-confidence survival. That kind of task. We all have it. It's the ground of it. It's the where procrastination is what everything you find on method on the net or whatever, YouTube and stuff, is about like finding a way around this to make you do that kind of task. But of course you think and yes, you have to do it, but if you don't understand what it is about, it's going to go round and round and round like a hamster wheel, because it's repetitive. So it will come back, and again it's like so draining, again and again and again, and then you have to find the trick to trick yourself into doing it. No, understand it. You don't want to do it because it makes you face an idea that you could not be good enough, inadequate in any way, right? And you are reluctant to see that because it feels bad, because you're not inadequate, right? That's why I feel bad, because it feels untrue. But that's another video. But see that. Don't judge it now, just see it. That's what you're avoiding, not doing those tasks. You don't want to face that. Maybe you're not good enough. That's why. So what happens when you do the task, when it's performed? Then you have relief. Oof. I did it, so I'm good enough for now, because it's repetitive again. Remember, it will come back. The dishes tomorrow, they will come back. The bill, they will come back. So you won a little time. Relief, respite, validation by others. I'm good. I'm good enough. Now I can believe it. I belong and I feel safe. what is happening there? You're just going on the hamster wheel until the next task is coming. And maybe you will struggle, maybe you won't struggle, because some people, they don't struggle at all with this. They do it, the repetitive, the bill, the dishes, and they do it. They never ask themselves any question, and it's very smooth. So see, no judgment. But for you, because we're talking about it, there is a struggle. Right. What happens if you exercise your no? I don't want to go on that pattern again, and I don't do it. Then it's very tricky, because it's grounded, it's very deep, it's very survival shit stuff. So you just postpone. You magnify the fear of lack belief, of finding yourself incompetent, because they could be true, and they come like, oh, you don't pay your bill, and you're gonna be evicted. You don't do the dishes, and it's like I don't know, mice are coming or something. It's getting horrible, and you're going to be judged by others as a bad person. So it's super unsafe, right? And you meet that unsafety. So from that point, you can break the pattern. If you see everything I tell you now, but you're only on that stage, you can say, oh my God, that's why I'm doing it. And maybe there is a way out into understanding. But most of the time when we are stuck in the first stage, there is no way the no is going to get us to really see it. It's going to just block, and we're going to be in distraction and escapism, and it's going to take time. It's going that way to show us that we're believing something is wrong about us, and we don't want to face the reality that it's not true. But might be not the time, but it's the beginning of the invitation to find that way out. Okay? Second one, most of people are here listening to me. We're mostly here and here, right? So what is it? Gratifying outcome or result. It's whatever you do as work, as activity, that you kind of don't like the activity, a bit like the first one, but you have an outcome that is gratifying. The first one was just survival, not getting onto the negative side, but this one is getting something as a reward, something more. So you're going to be better when you do it, right? So it can be like a job. You work a lot, it's very tiring, exhausting, you don't like it, but you get a good salary or a title or whatever. See? Just an example, but that's it. And your family is very happy or this, but your life sucks, you don't like the clients, or you don't like what you're doing, and you're just doing for the money. Example. See? Classical. So you do an effort, work, it feels like something like tedious again, but like the first one, but you get validation from the group, family, whatever, significant others that give you that validation that you feel as a gratification. So the gratification is delayed, just said it, because what you're doing is not that fun. And the effort you're putting in is bigger than the interest you have in the task. That's how you get to discern it. Do I like what I do when I'm doing it just for it? Would I do it without the outcome, or my effort is like it's more tedious than my interest into the matter of the task? There is a lot of comparison, critics, you to your past, to the others, different variation of comparison and critics and judgment. Stress and exhaustion, of course, because you're doing something that you don't like for some projected outcome. You have stress. It can be creative. It can be more creative than the first one. You can enjoy part of it, but not all of it. You would not do it if there was no end gratification. That's the how you can like see it. You see, would you do it if you had would you do that job if it wasn't for the salary? Is it the thing that you would do day long if it wasn't for some need of feeling safe? No. So that's what the height or show. So again, like belief that if you don't do that job that you don't like, you won't have the title, and you need that title, and you feel that if you don't have it, you're gonna miss something or be in danger in a way. You can see as well from this that you don't have the motivation for the task, just for the outcome. That can show you that when you think about it. And lack of self-confidence, because you're going up doing something you don't like for some outcome that you think you wouldn't get that outcome if you were doing something you like. This is important. I'm doing a job to get the title and the big money, and if I stop my job and start to do what I really like in life, I'm going to be poor and end up like a bum, not be admired or validated by my family or my group as I am now. So I prefer to be validated than doing something I like. You see, no judgment, but see where you put your choice there, and do you still want that? That's the power of seeing things clearly, because then you can say, okay, I want safety more than creativity, but it's a more like conscious choice when you see it. So that's what happened here. You need validation, you need to see your self-image, which is your identity, and it's a form of control as well. You control everything because you know, I'm doing this, I get this, so I know where I'm going and I get the validation. So it's a long calculation of control. So when you do that task, you get, of course, belonging, validation. I'm better, I'm good in this one, good enough, and here is I'm better, so I succeed. This is the idea of success in here. You feel safe, and you have the notion of purpose in it, you know? It's like, I'm going somewhere in life. I get outcome, I get a gratification that I want. And I put on the effort day after day, and maybe I'll be rewarded only in 10 years. But I sacrifice myself for my purpose. You see, there's a seemingly like something good, like you having like goals and you going for them, but be careful of seeing if you're enjoying the way to the goal. Do you? Because if it's present time, all the time up to that day when you retire or whatever, that's the goal, be careful. Again, maybe it works for you, but at least be clear about it. You see, there's no judgment in it. There's no better way or another way, but know what you're doing. That's the point. Know what you're doing. Okay, so here, what happens if you don't do it? Because this is as much as the first stage of procrastination for survival tasks, there's nothing so much to do unless you really get that big step to wake up out of it and understand what is going on, which is like a big step because it's very survival. So little odds that that step can be made. But this one is where the step is made, most of it. Because you, out of the first one, mostly, your life is running on a better way, and you just want more validation and title and a place that is giving you an image of you that is like fulfilling in a way of, oh, I like my image, I like the proportion, it's like art, I like the way people are interacting with me, and I wouldn't go another place because it's just rewarding seeing my image being like having that feedback around, you see. You're still not looking at the fact that you maybe don't like what you're doing every day, but still you're focusing on some kind of reward that is like more of control than the first one. You feel less powerless than in the first stage of procrastination. You feel more powerful because you have control of you start to understand how to please others, how they react to what you're doing. So when you're not doing it and you say no, that starts to be puzzling, because you know you're doing it for the outcome, and why are you not doing it? Yes, because it's not funny what you're doing. So that's what the no is giving you as a view, saying, hey, look at what you're doing, it's not fun. That's why I say no. So you can either go into depression and say, oh, I'm burnout and I need to whatever, take pills and go back on the hamster wheel, or you can get a better seeing, a new perspective on your lack belief, and ask yourself the ground question, which is safety more important than my creativity? Is life something I need to struggle for, or is life going through me and being on my side? You see? Completely different perspective, but that happens in that stage. And when you have blockage situation, you have always to have a blockage, something that has to go wrong, some no has to be said inside of you to see what the pattern you're sleeping in is about. You see, that's why all those blockages are super necessary. You want them actually. If you had no blockage at all, there would be no life. You'd be like a robot. You see, that's why it's so good to meet that inside no that blocks you. And of course you're gonna be, when there's a no, there's a distraction and an avoidance, and you're gonna go doing something else. That can be a way to not facing what is at stake here, right? So see where the division point is, not go trying to fix the distraction or the addiction or whatever happens that is like justifying the fact that you're not doing your task. See what it's saying. Why is the no to begin with, before you go into the distraction, or before you go back into the yes, I'm doing it and I'm not thinking about it. The point is just when it happens, why do I say no? Not how I justify my no. Why do I say no? What good reason I have to say no? You see? Because when we try to navigate procrastination and say, oh, I have to stop for those bad habits, and I have to get a method to go back into having the good habits. But before you took on the bad habits, understand why you stopped the good habit. What exactly? Because when you stop, there was a good reason. That reason is that gives you a new perspective. I mean, a new you're going back to the real perspective about you, that you're always in control and you're always doing everything for your best interest. Everything. Even if you go to the catastrophic event, you're going there because you're not seeing it. You need the catastrophic event to just like see something. Okay? So let's go back. So, second thing, that's the thing. It's where you understand, okay, I have the best job on earth, but I don't like it. And I want to stop it and go grow potatoes because I enjoy growing potatoes. You see, that's the middle life crisis is there on the second stage. And you understand it because at some point you could not take another step in the sense of the pattern. So you had like that block procrastination we are talking about, right? And now we come to the last one. Ta-da! The one for the spiritual seekers and everybody that is on a way of really understanding themselves. So you, my people, you're all my people. We're all people of all of us. Just, I don't know why I said that. But yeah, because I think on that video we're mostly on that third stage. You already that job thing, procrastination, and are in a way kind of out of it. We never leave any of them one after the other. They all like stay, but it's a globally way of having the gradation of it. Anyway, the third one. This is task. These are tasks that are exciting and fulfilling. So no more excuse. Those are exactly what you want to do. They're super creative. They have they're creative, spontaneous, joyful. There's freedom about it. And different to the outcome of the gratification that can come, of course, but it's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you like it. You may as well have still a wanting of an outcome. Then you back a bit into that one. That what I said, it's like no waterproof separation. And then you, I want the outcome, I cannot have it, and you can get mixed into the old pattern of not doing something that you like 100%, like you feel like you have to make an effort because you always did, so you feel like you must do it again. That cannot be so true that you can thrive onto just doing what you like, no matter what the outcome of gratification. So that's the challenge here. It's why I said we have an inversion here. So spontaneous, indifferent, no comparison, pure creativity. So what does this stage reveal and hide? Of course, it will reveal the absence of self-reference and to others, because you're doing what you like doing. That can be anything, and it's unique to each and all of us. So whatever feels good for you to do, it can be like just watching the ceiling, you know. It has no value in it because it's not referenced. I don't know if it's the right one. Anyway, to the other circumstances. It's just what you just enjoy doing it, right? And there's no assurance of controlling the outcome. It's a complete trust into what you're doing. And that should support you. It's a complete trust in life, in doing what is completely creative. So no control of the outcome, and that completely breaks the pattern of before, because it's pure creativity is pure trust in life. Has to go together. Sometimes we have it only as a glimpse, a little bit of creativity here and there, and not overall. So we think that creativity is something we can control, but when you look at it, pure creativity is just like doing what you like, no matter what. Think of painters like Van Gogh and stuff, and they were painting, and no one was, I don't know if it's relevant for this one, but style of thing, like a painter that would like enjoy painting and not having any amateurs for the paintings, and when he dies, then the paintings like start to be to get very high value, you see. But still he would go on painting because there was just a creativity flowing out of it. Even if he wasn't selling them, he would not stop painting and say, oh, I'm going to sell potatoes instead because it's not working, you see. It's when creativity is like total. It can work, it cannot work, but this is like a trust in life that must be total. And that's the thing, the fear, oh, maybe I'm going to paint and I like it, and I'm gonna die in the gutter and make no money until after I'm dead. That's the fear of it, exactly, that shows there. So, when you're in that place, here you find your blockage, your procrastination. Why aren't you doing it? You know you like it, you know it's your thing, why not do it? Here's the no, that's why it's inversion here. It inverts when it gets real here, it inverts here. The no says, I fear the loss of my image, identity, loss of control, loss of purpose, there's no comparison, no position. So the fear you have at that stage, you lose all your habitual what's the word, reference. All your references are lost. And what are the references? Interaction with other and the feedback of other. I like it, I don't like it, it's good. They may like it, but when you're in pure creativity, at some point you will touch the point that no one likes what you're doing. Because when they like it, you can always grab. Anyway, you see, this you cannot grab anything. And that's very, very scary. That's why you're not starting your tarot reading. And then when you start, you're going to see it's working at some point. You're going to be in that column on the down, and then it's so indifference to image, validation, belonging, no safety, no purpose, but there's freedom. You find freedom, so you go on, but you might be stopped at the beginning because of the fear of loss of the old patterns. That's why you're stopping. See? So there's no way procrastination in that case is a symptom of whatever weakness. It's just at that stage very energetic, because you are really leaving behind all the old patterns. And there's no way you can know where you're going. It's a leap of faith, in a way. It's a leap of trust. You have to just go and do what you love doing, but at the same time is growing inside of you is that trust for life and for whatever you are that is not your image, that grows. So it's a process though. So don't ever be afraid of procrastination and blockage. Just see what they showing you. They always show you from the beginning to the end. They show you the pattern that you are in when it's working, and that actually are a trap for you. A working pattern is a trap. And how do you know it's a trap? When you just hit the blockage of procrastination. If it's not a trap, it will be no blockage. If you passed on the trap and on the flow of creativity, it's just gone. But when a block comes, it's not something wrong or something you have to, it's showing you that you're still stuck into an idea of yourself that is entrapping you into a limiting belief, a limiting pattern of what you are. It's showing you a blind spot where you think you're separate. I say, stop and look at this. And it's a good thing to stop and look at it. Don't be, my point being, don't be so eager to get out of procrastination and out of blocks. See what they're showing you. And move conscious with self-conscious understanding of it. Okay, that's about safety and in the pattern and feeling in relationship to others. So being in duality. And here I am living that. How do I feel about it? Am I ready? Maybe you don't feel ready. And it's okay. But at least you won't be resistant if you know what is happening. It's not like something you have to overcome at all cost. It's something you have to stop, think, and decide. Hope I was clear. And I'm gonna end this long video by something to remember. So, procrastination, block and slacking and etc. It's not self-sabotage, it's not laziness, it's not a flaw. It is an invitation to wake up to your truth. The pattern breaker you've been waiting for, your door to self-realization. That's it. Just ponder it, think. Because if you understand spiritually that all is good, life is working for you, your life, you're all one, why would that be something that you're not able to move forward? What would be a block coming? From where? If it's not you. He has a good reason to be there. It's helping you. It's not to be overcome, to be stronger and to go somewhere. It's helping you. It's helping you to be more grounded in your understanding of what you are doing. Showing you where there's still some pattern that working on you, that are going onto the division side of saying, I'm limited, there's something else, there's a danger, something, and I need to be small because I won't be safe. Look at everything that comes your way like this, because it's not true. And procrastination and blocks are here to show you where you still have misunderstanding about the whole shebang that you are. Okay, please comment, ask me, let's talk more, help me be more clear, talk better. If I can interact with you, it will be for the best. Thank you. Goodbye.